What is going on, guys? DVile Airy bringing you guys a new video commentary thingy. I don't know what the fuck to even call this thing, but today's video we're going to be talking a lot about DVile. We're going to be talking about upcoming events. We're going to be talking about Gears of War, and the main topic that we're going to be talking about is how good is Gears of War 4. So real quickly, I just want to talk about DVile because it's the team I'm in. As you guys see in the bottom of the screen, we do have a HyperX sponsorship now. I don't know how Skillsy did it. I'm lagging a lot, I just noticed, but regardless, I went 9-4. This is very interesting. Alright, my guy seemed to find his way out now. So here we go. First things first, I want to show off the DVile swag. New shirts. We got a ton of new stuff in the shop. You guys are welcome to go check it out. We got our DVile jerseys, which leading into that topic, we also have our professional European team competing in London, December 3rd, I believe. So if you guys want to support DVile, you guys are welcome to pick up any sort of jersey, shirt, anything like that. Links will be in the description. Also, make sure you check out DVile on the stream. I don't need to say much more. They're a beast team. They're pretty high up there in the GB ladder, so really rooting for them. Hope they do really well. And now we're going to be talking about how good is Gears of War 4. So for a long time, especially when Gears of War 2 came out, and even when Gears of War 3 came out, a lot of people said Gears of War 1 was the best game. And then a lot of people, when they got used to Gears of War 3, said Gears of War 3 was the best game, but there were still a lot of people who hung on to Gears of War 1. And I think a lot of their opinions changed when Ultimate Edition came out. I think everybody was like, oh, well, this is too easy. And now that Gears of War 4 is out, we see how hard it actually is to hit some clips. And to be honest, it's nowhere near as hard as it was for Gears 3. So I kind of laugh when I see how people are struggling now. And I think it's actually pretty easy to hit clips as well. But regardless, Gears of War, it seems like they've gone downhill a lot. Especially when they released Gears of War Judgment. And because Gears of War doesn't really release games yearly like Call of Duty or every few years like Halo does, I think Gears of War 2 came out in 2008 and then Gears of War 3 came out in 2011. So it was 3 years after Gears of War 2 before they released Gears of War 3. And because the games are always out for a long time, it feels like they've made a ton of bad games, when the reality is you can argue that Gears of War 2 was bad, which some people love, and you could argue that Gears of War Judgment was horrible. But when you look at the spectrum, you have Gears of War 1, Gears of War 3, and now you have Gears of War 4, which is really good in my opinion. So realistically, they've made 3 out of 5 really good Gears of War games, so technically they're not doing bad. And it seems like they've really improved a lot of the errors they had in Gears of War 2, especially Judgment, but we're just going to forget Judgment even existed. So we just compare Gears of War 3 and Gears of War 4 because they seem to be the most similar games. You can see a lot of parallels in the movement and a lot of the weapons, but the movement in general, as far as crispness, is much better in Gears of War 4. And because of that one factor about how clean it is to move, plus the small things they have as far as just jumping over something really quick by pressing B before you go over cover, or jumping up onto a ledge using B, that was revolutionary in my opinion. Just doing that, implicating some sort of faster way of moving over objects in cover if you have no intention of stopping there, I think that's genius, and I gotta applaud them for putting something like that into the game, because it adds so much more quickness to the game, and it makes the game that much more enjoyable when you're watching competitive and playability. And that leads into my next topic about the competitive for Gears of War 4. Me personally, I haven't done any GBs yet for Gears of War 4, and I used to do a ton for Gears of War 3, and I had a lot of success in Gears of War 3, and I've been thinking that I kind of want to do some sort of competitive side of me, because I'm a very competitive player, and I hate losing, and it's actually caused me to start sweating in game modes like TDM and Warzone, which are getting Diamond, and right now I'm almost Diamond in both of them, even though I stopped playing Gears of War for a while. But regardless, I'm really enjoying just sweating and not even going for clips, which is good for me in DVile because all I have to do is edit. So I can actually do that in my free time. I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm hitting clips or not. And that's really nice. But as far as the actual competitive scene, which is esports, and esports is in a ton of games, so they're not new to the competitive scene. They know how to run a professional show, and they're actually in League of Legends that I know of. They're in Halo, they're in Gears of War, they're in Call of Duty. Like, they are everywhere. They host tons of esports, and I will say Gears of War esports, I'll call it esports now, it used to be MLG, but Gears of War esports now has never been as big as it has ever been than now. And that's insane. The payout that they have right now is insane. It's never been done before. you can actually make a living playing competitive Gears of War, and that is revolutionary because, again, we've never seen this before. And I don't know if it's because developers and people over at esports see the potential in Gears of War. I don't know what it is, but all I really know is this game is really fun to watch on stream. And I don't know about you guys, but I've spent hours watching the Gears of War 4 pro teams playing because it's just so damn fun. Like, that Envy versus Optic match was insane. It was so close, and the fact that Envy pulled ahead early made it that much more competitive, and it was just insane. And that's what I'm talking about, is the competitive aspect of Gears of War 4 is so good, and it's so entertaining to watch because I play Gears of War, and I see what they do, and I know what they're doing, and it's awesome to watch it succeed. So when asking the question of how good is Gears of War 4, I think it's pretty simple. The game is really good, and I think that they should keep pushing for competitive because if it takes off, I think a lot of people who've been with Gears of War for years are going to have a much fun time playing the game, and the people who make content for Gears of War as far as YouTube are going to have a lot more success, and that's nice to think about, especially for somebody like me who posts on YouTube quite frequently. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys agree with my thoughts on Gears of War 4. Even though I'm ending it on some lag, that's just my connection. So the game is still beautiful. I love the game. As you guys just saw, the quick mantle run, that's what makes this game so good, is just the things that they've done is really optimize this game for a competitive standpoint. And before I end it, I do want to show this one clip because I do remember I pop off here and I'm lagging and I get some sort of weird triple and it's just insane. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to slap a like and make sure to subscribe for more content. I got cool new edits coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Support DVile, links are in the description, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.